Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big GATAH. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering ATP Masters, Cincinnati, quarterfinals. Get into the comments. Let me see what you guys are playing. I'm super excited to see what you guys got going on for today. And keep your eyes peeled for the pinned comment, all right? See what I'll be playing for today as well. If you guys do enjoy the breakdowns of all the matches, please give this video a like or a comment. It goes a long way for me. And if you would like to donate for any of the wins that you get on this free channel, there's a link in the pinned comment. And there's also a link to a free Discord if you'd like to just join the community. And there's a lot of free plays that bounce around in there. Get yourself involved. We got some other picks outside of tennis as well if you'd like to just involve yourself in the community. It's free. It's there. Boom. That being said, I also want to just say a quick thank you to everyone that helped me get to 400 plus subs. This is crazy. Let's keep building. I really appreciate every last one of you guys. I'm super grateful for you. That being said, what are we looking like today? We had 2 tickets that were taking a while to, I don't know. But it took us a day or two to get through them. We had 2 slips. The first slip was Andre Rublev, money line. Whew. And then we took Ben Shelton on the game spread, minus 3.5. Whew. Just narrowly got it, but we did it. As sharp as we can do it, we did it. So, thank you to Ben. Thank you to Rublev. It was a risky ticket, but we made it happen. And then we move on to the next ticket for the next day. And we had Big Foe to get a set. Was up 3-0 in the first set. And started having some lower back pains. And then lost the set 6-4. Crazy. And then retired in the second set. Wishing the best for Big Foe. We hope to see him get a speedy recovery so we can see him in the U.S. Open. We need that. We need that. But then we took Komasanya against Rublev to get just 10 games, and what the hell happened there? It is what it is. Rublev is looking like he's playing with purpose. I'm happy for him. So I was not mad to lose that bet. It is what it is. It is what it is. We will carry on with today. There's only 3 matches. There's a little bit of a mix-up and a kerfuffle with the scheduling. We'll get into that. But without further ado, let's just pop into the matches. And I believe our very first match of the day is going to be Jannik Sinner going against Felix Auger-Aliassime. And these two have played each other 3 times already. This will actually be their second year reunion in Cincinnati. They've only played each other in Cincinnati and Madrid. They've only played each other twice, actually. There was a walkover in Madrid last year, so only twice, but it did go to a tiebreak in Cincinnati where Felix... Wait a minute. Felix has beaten this guy. Sinner has beaten him? Sinner has never beaten Felix? It's crazy. Wait a minute. I did not know this. Okay, so Sinner took the first set, and then Felix beat him in the next 2. That was 3 years ago, though, so we know this is a completely different player. And Felix hasn't dropped a set since being here. One thing we have seen is Sinner has also gone to tie breaks. Interesting stuff here. So we can go about this 2 ways, right? We can look at the tie breaks, the prices on that. One thing I do know is that both of these guys have been acing pretty well, so we might have to go for total aces in this match. Maybe we'll have to look at it closely. But let's look and see what Jannik Sinner's priced at. Minus 900 to beat Felix, plus 650. Felix to get a set is plus 155. Jannik's been looking a little bit shaky. He hasn't dropped a set, but that second set's always been a bit iffy for him, going against harder people. That's when the real fight comes in. Oh, man, it's plus 195. Jesus. They don't think Felix is going to get a set. It's plus 195 for Felix to get a set. It's plus 350 for Jannik to win 2-1. It's plus 1100. So 11 on the decimal. Or, I'm sorry, 21 on the decimal? Yeah. For Felix to win 2-1. I don't know there. Given that they haven't played each other in 3 years and it went to a 3-setter, Jannik's been going to tie breaks. The tie break prop is at plus 125. Both of these guys have been to 2 tie breaks out of their 3 matches. Both of them have a good serve. I think it looks good. I know this has been a weird week in Cincinnati, so going for a winner here might not be the move. Might just be going for a thing that happens in the matches. And something that has been happening a lot in Cincinnati across all matches have been tie breaks. It's early. It's going to be hot. The serve is going to be favoring Felix a bit more. I'm leaning on that one. The spread for the match is also 4.5. Don't want to touch Felix. He's one of my iffy players. But it going to a tiebreak just feels like the thing to happen today, unless we get quarterfinal mode from center. We know how this guy gets when it's getting closer to the final. Once the numbers disappear off the title of that match and it starts becoming letters like QF and not 1-6, this guy becomes a different player. Same with Auger-Aliassime. We'll see that tomorrow against Rublev. But here, minus 900, there's nothing there. Total games is at 19.5, 20.5. Now, I told you I don't like 22.5, but I also think Felix is an iffy player, but he's been playing well. He beat Ben Bonzi in straight sets, right? Echeverry in straight sets. Rune couldn't face him. Center is still undefeated on the hard courts this season. Felix is 17-7, so not bad at all. But he's 16% worse win rate wise on the hard court than Jannik. Jannik is 75% win rate. Felix is 59. So this is a troubling one for me. As you can see on my face, I'm probably sure I'm probably not hiding it very well. But for fuck's sakes, I really think Felix may have some type of chance here. I could be super wrong. I could be delusional. I don't want to believe it, but let's see. The total aces are at 16.5. That I actually like. Right? Because against Ben Bonzi, he had what, 9? 9 on Bonzi. Bonzi's been doing pretty good against big servers. Decent servers, I'll say. And center is a decent server. So Felix went against a decent server. Center did have 12 aces in his last match. He only had 6 against Diallo. I can see him getting around 6 in this one. 6 or 7, maybe. If it goes longer. That way you can kind of like, let's see. Center to get 7 aces. How many aces is Felix given up so far? Past 3 matches, let's see. He gave up 2 to Bonzi, 10 to Rune, 2 to Echeverry. Jannik has been giving up 10 from Manarino, 10 from Diallo, and 5 from Galan. Felix maybe his line is at 19.5. They just got rid of the aces. Okay. Word. All right then. Yeah, this I'll have to give a good look at this one. We won't spend too much time on this, but surely Jannik center wins. Cincinnati's been weird as hell. Felix has never lost against him. And he's never lost against him here. So, I don't know, man. He beat him in the 3rd round 3 years ago. Felix got rid of him in the 3rd round. 3 years ago, Jannik was like, what, number 8? So, let's move on. All right. The next match we have is Lehecka going against Ben Shelton. Now, this is going to be a good one. I was looking at the highlights, and Yuri was doing really well against Walton. And then that second tiebreak, whoa. That guy was looking like he was not about to be losing to nobody. That's how I'm about to put it. That dude was looking fucking incredible. Yuri Lehecka was playing incredibly in that second tiebreak. His last game of his last match, I'd be afraid of him. Now looking at Ben, Ben did have a little bit of a shaky win against RBA. Batista Agut played extremely well for him to beat 37. He's going to be looking good in the U.S. Open for sure. So keep your eyes peeled for him. He's going to be knocking some heads out, I predict. But looking at Ben, he's 20-6 on the hard courts this season. Yuri is 17-7. 16-7, I'm sorry. They played each other once before. It was on the grass earlier this year. I told you it was an emotional one in the last video. He beat him in straight sets. I don't know if it happens this way on a hard court a few months later. Yuri has had a really interesting season, right? He won the Brisbane Open. He got the Brisbane title from a first set retirement from Opelka. It was 4-1 Lehecka, and Opelka retired for the title. Lost to Novak in the fourth round in the Australian Open. Went to a tiebreak. Lost to Jack Draper in Doha in the semifinals in 3 sets, with a tiebreak involved. What do we see here? When Yuri's going against somebody really good, someone in the top 10, there's always a tiebreak. Carlos Alcaraz in London, tiebreak. Alex de Minaur, 2 tiebreaks. Taylor Fritz, 3 tiebreaks. Adam Walton, who's been playing as good as Medvedev or better, 2 tiebreaks. So I'm thinking that it's going to go to a tiebreak in this one. It's minus 165. You've got to be joking. And Ben is only the favorite by minus 150. This is one of those times where you're getting Ben for a price that it's like, shit. I'm earning this money, or I'm losing it fairly. Well, Lehecka, 1 plus 125. I'm taking a risk here, but it'll be a good risk to take. I root for Ben. I'm a Ben fan, as we know. To me, he is the soon-to-be number 1 American. So I would hope he wins on American soil in Cincinnati. But tiebreak is like, I just hate that it's priced not plus money here, even though these guys are most likely going to go to one. I don't like that it's like this. I don't like that. Now, if it goes to 2, let me see how much that'll be. Looks like they don't have that up yet. But if the first set goes to a tiebreak, it's plus 170. That'd be some certified smoke. I think that first set will be very important to both of them, being as though Ben has that crazy stat that if he wins the first set, he can, he can win the match usually. He's like 27-2 this season, or some crap like that. So we can rely on Ben to at least keep that first set close. Maybe you might want to take the first set spread. Like within how many games, that's something you can do. But I think it's fair to say over 9.5, is going to happen. Over 10.5 should happen. 5-5. It getting to 5-5 is definitely a thing, right? In the first set. But I think that if it gets to 5-5, I think there's a break or two that happens. I think they may break each other back and forth. I can see Yuri Lehecka getting some break points won here. If you guys are using like prize picks or underdog or anything like that, like prop picks, that'd be a prop pick I'd go for. Is Yuri Lehecka's break points today. Yuri just plays really well all over the court. He's got a nice serve. He's got a killer forehand, great touch. The boy can drop shot, cross net. Ben is power and good touch at the same time. So, man, these are getting tough. Ben's total games is at 13.5. Lehecka's games are at 13.5. I'm at 12.5. I don't mind Lehecka going over the games today. And Ben going under his. It could be the total opposite, but just looking at like the huge forehand from Ben, who Lehecka's had to go against. He hasn't had to go against any big hitters since Toronto. Since the 1st of August. He does not remember what it was like to play Arthur Feast. And that was the strongest guy he's played against. The strongest forehand. And that was a guy coming off a back injury. So, just keep that in mind. The strongest person with the strongest forehand he will probably be going against on the hard courts up to now will be Ben Shelton. Lehecka had 17 fucking aces on fucking Adam Walton. What are the total aces at? 20.5. Ooh! I like that. I know that sounds crazy. They both got to get 11. Or like one got to get 10, one got to get 11. Oh my gosh. I like that. I really do. I can see a lot of deuces happening. So a lot of free ace points there going back and forth. Maybe ulting it down too. Damn, Ben is at 13, bruh. That's crazy. 7 and 13. That's crazy. 11 aces for Ben, I would go for. And 7 aces. I'd go for 18. I wish you could ult it down for the total aces. Oh, you can. 15 aces between the two of them is minus 475. It's not worth much. But tie breaks, I think will happen. First set tie break, I think will happen. Double faults. We had 3 double faults from Lehecka against Walton in a 2-setter. I can see this going to a 3-setter. I think Lehecka can get himself a set. He's been down a set and come back to win before. He's done it in both tournaments so far. He did it against Boyer, and he did it against Feast. So, a lot of good things here today. Nothing I can really jump on, though. Today's going to be a day of being like, all right, fuck it. It's been a crazy fucking weird week in this fucking tournament in Cincinnati. You just got to go with what the fuck you think is right. And you just got to, at this point, look at what you see and go off that. Because these stats is not going to do much for you right now. Anything kind of goes here. Anything kind of goes here today, in my opinion. I think Lehecka could win, but I think Ben should win. I want Ben to win, but I'm scared that Yuri might. I want Sinner to win, but I'm scared Felix might disrupt something. I don't think Felix beats him, but I don't know how easily the win is for Sinner. So we will move on. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. We'll go to our last match for today. And boy, oh boy. Could have sworn I said in my last video that Terrence Atmane is a force. He ended up getting Taylor Fritz up out of there in 3 sets. Who saw that coming? Look at this man's draw. Flavio Caboli, João Fonseca, and Taylor Harry Fritz, all gone by Terrence Atmane. Rune has beaten Tiafoe, kind of, Mikkelsen, and Sefulin. Rune's being 14-6 this season. Atmane's 24-13. His hardcore record is better than Holger Rune's. Now, Holger is minus 400 to win. Terrence Atmane is plus 300 to win. He is almost even money. He's probably plus money somewhere to win a set. Atmane is. In my heart, I feel like this guy can win a set. And I feel like he can get some aces. He aced the fuck out of Taylor Fritz, right? He had a few on Taylor Fritz. He had 13 on Taylor Fritz, and his line is at 7.5. Now, Holger Rune is a good returner, though. He is a good returner. Tiafoe only managed to get 2 off on him in that match they had. And Mikkelsen only was able to get 3. So, now, it's been some time since Holger's gone against a lefty. I'm trying to see the last time he's gone against lefty. He played Mutet back in May, and he lost in 3 sets. A lefty, putting him in trouble. Jack Draper beat him in straight sets in Indian Wells in the final. He's beaten Ugo in Indian Wells, though, in 3 sets. So he drops a set to a lefty. So far, that's the most comfortable pick I found all day. It's Terrence Atmane for a set. So, wow. What a crazy day, huh? Yeah, it's looking like lefties kind of have something on them. So I kind of want to lean onto that today. I like that narrative. I like that Atmane is being on a high right now. He's beating some people that he shouldn't have been beating. He's ranked 136. He's going to be jumping rank into the top 100 after this for sure. He's got to, right? He's getting like 400 points, maybe 200, but that should get him. I should get him up there. As far as aces go, the line's at 13.5. Total games at 22.5. I can see it being a long one, but I'm not touching that number. You guys know I hate that number, 22.5. Bane of my existence, that number. The spreads as well, if you wanted to go for a spread. It's not bad. Minus 210 for Atmane to cover plus 4.5. It's better price for him to get a set, though. So, I'll leave you guys with that. And, like I said, it's only 3 matches we have today, but somehow it's a 25-minute video. I will re-go through everything again and get you guys tapped in. Mind you, I think Sinner wins the match somehow, maybe 2-1. I think Ben should win the match, but Yuri could upset, and I think Atmane could get a set. Now, I'm going to say it again. This has been a weird week in Cincinnati. Like, statistically, more upsets and disruptions and interruptions at this tournament than any other this year. Not by much, but still. Incrementally, it's been one of the more disruptive and disrupted tournaments that we've had to deal with. So, let's just be a little bit cautious today if you are going to play. I'm going to play because I play every day. I'm not afraid of shit out here. I think that there's value everywhere, and usually when we don't find it, we look crazy, but when we do find it, we're great. So let's keep pushing for tomorrow. Make sure you get a good look at this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.